Here's an interesting article I wanted to share. Scientists suspect massive, unknown predator at bottom of the sea capable of eating an alligator. You know, there's so much in the ocean we still don't know about, especially in the really deep parts like the Mariana Trench. So, something is lurking beneath the waves in the Gulf of Mexico that is big enough to eat an alligator whole. And scientists don't know what it is. Now, of course, that's to eat an alligator whole, not an alligator's whole. When I first came across this article, I thought it was interesting I thought that how did they get an alligator on the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico? But they answer that in the article. Most of the Earth's surface is water, and most of that ocean floor is as much a mystery to us as what's below the surface of Pluto. We haven't explored much of it, so scientists only have their best guess for what lies beneath the waves. For example, one of our most basic understandings of biology is the food chain. But in the ocean, that understanding breaks down. We don't have a firm grasp on the food web there, and what we think we know is always evolving. That's why two Louisiana University's Marine Consortium scientists, what a title, sank 3 alligator carcasses 2 kilometers to the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico in a recent experiment. I wonder what they did to make sure they stayed down instead of floating back up. It didn't take long to realize there was something down there they didn't expect. The first alligator was devoured in less than a day. Giant isopods and some other scavengers of the sea ripped it apart and ate it from the inside out. Scientists expected that, though it all happened a lot faster than they thought. Is this gonna... Oh, this takes us to a video of a giant isopod, so we'll just skip that. They left the second carcass on the ocean floor for longer. It stayed submerged for 51 days before scientists fished it out and found that something had picked the body clean. That one genuinely surprised us. There was not even a single scale or scute left on the carcass, one of the scientists, Craig McLean, told Atlas Obscura in 2019. After some investigation, they realized the culprit was an undiscovered type of bone worm. Oh, that sounds so pleasant. But the third alligator was gone. Something gigantic snatched it and dragged it away. What ate the third alligator's whole? Put short, we don't know what took that alligator. But whatever it was huge. When researchers examined the site where they dropped the carcass, there was a depression in the sand, but nothing else. So whatever it was big enough to have either been so heavy, even though it was underwater, to actually make a dent in the sand, or at least move the sand around as it settled in the area. Alligators are big, apex predators. Some are large enough to eat humans, hooray! But something down there was bigger. The researchers guess that the most likely candidate is a giant squid or massive shark. You mean like a megalodon? But we've never seen one of those powerful enough to be able to pick several 100 pounds of gator meat off the ocean floor and carry it away. So it's likely a new species. Like a megalodon, which isn't new. I have yet to find a squid that could consume a whole alligator, and I don't want to be on the ship if we ever discover it, McLean said, according to News 18. Although that could be like the classic giant squid of early seafaring myth. But the scientists want to try again to see if they can capture whatever is down there. They plan on repeating the experiment soon, this time using the body of a whale as bait. So what, they just have these bodies laying around in their collection? That's great. Anyhow, kind of an odd article. It plays into cryptozoology a little bit, talking about giant sea creatures, giant sharks, giant squid, giant who knows what. And I just thought it was interesting, so I wanted to share.